Have you ever bought the cheapest thing, only to regret it? The tool that breaks on the first use. The shirt that shrinks after one wash. The service that creates more problems than it solves. This is the price trap. Many business owners fall into it. They think the only way to get customers is to be the cheapest. They believe a lower price tag is the fastest path to a sale, a race to the bottom that no one wins in the long run. There is a better way, a sustainable, more human way. Price is simple. The number on the sticker. The amount of money a person hands over. Easy to compare. Your price is 10. Competitor makes it 9. You make it 8. A cold game of numbers, easy to start, hard to stop. Competing on price makes you a commodity. Interchangeable. The customer thinks only cost matters. Value is different, not a single number. Value is the total experience. Feeling of trust, quality of materials, smile and helpful advice from staff. Time saved. Stress avoided. Confidence gained. The story customers tell their friends. When customers feel value, price matters less. They buy a solution. They buy a feeling. They buy a piece of a better future. This is about choosing value over price. Building a lasting business customers love and trust. Real stories of businesses that won on value. And what happens when you only compete on price? Simple steps you can take right now to show your value. Stop racing to the bottom. Start building something that matters, something valuable. Imagine a small coffee shop called The Daily Grind. It opened on a street with 2 other coffee places. One was a big chain with very low prices. The other was a quick service spot known for fast, cheap coffee. The Daily Grind could not compete on price. Their coffee beans were more expensive. In a market saturated with coffee chains competing on price, one small shop decided to break the mold. They started by paying their staff a significantly better wage, believing that happy employees create a happy environment. Consequently, a cup of their coffee cost $1 more than the competition down the street. On paper, it was a recipe for failure. Conventional wisdom said they couldn't survive. From the outside, it looked like they were destined to fail. But the owner had a different plan. A counterintuitive strategy that went far beyond the coffee itself. It was a plan built on delivering overwhelming value, not on winning a price war. The owner obsessed over creating a specific, intentional experience. Every detail was considered. The shop had comfortable chairs you could actually sit in for hours. There was free and fast Wi-Fi that never dropped. And crucially, there were plenty of power outlets, a small detail that showed they understood their customers' needs. The music was always at a pleasant volume, never too loud to disrupt a conversation or a train of thought. But the human element was the true master stroke. The baristas were trained not just to make coffee, but to learn the names of regular customers. They were encouraged to have short, friendly conversations, to remember a student's upcoming exam or a freelancer's big project. The owner knew that people were not just buying coffee, that was merely the transaction. They were looking for a place to work, to meet friends, and most importantly, to feel welcome and recognized. They were looking for a third place between home and the office, a comfortable, reliable hub for their daily lives. This relentless focus on experience created immense, undeniable value. The results were transformative. Local students came to study for hours, buying multiple drinks and snacks. Freelancers and remote workers used it as their daily office. Their membership fee paid 1 coffee at a time. Friends chose it as their regular meeting spot. The coffee was excellent, yes, but people came for the atmosphere. They came for the feeling of belonging, for the comfort of a place that felt like their own. And because of that, they were happy to pay a little extra. They weren't just paying for a beverage, they were investing in a space that invested back in them. They were getting so much more than just a cup of coffee. They were getting a clean, safe, and friendly environment. They were buying into a community. Over the first year, the Daily Grind thrived. The cheap coffee chain next door saw customers come and go quickly. The Daily Grind built a loyal following. These customers came back day after day. They brought their friends. They posted pictures of the cozy space on social media. The higher price per cup allowed the owner to maintain the quality of the shop, the coffee, and the staff's salaries. The business grew strong and steady, not by being the cheapest, but by being the most valuable place to be. Now let's look at another story. A small electronics store named Bargaintron. The owner's strategy was simple and clear: be the cheapest store in town for gadgets and cables. Every week, the store's windows were covered in bright red and yellow signs advertising massive discounts. 50% off. Lowest prices guaranteed. For a while, the strategy seemed to work. The store was busy, especially on weekends. People flocked in, searching for a deal. The cash register was constantly ringing. The owner thought he had found the secret to success. But problems started to surface. The customers who came were only interested in the deals. They were transactional, arriving with a single purpose: to grab the advertised special and leave. They were not loyal to Bargaintron. They were loyal to the lowest price. This created a frantic, impersonal atmosphere inside the store, with no sense of community or connection. If a big box store down the street had a better sale, they went there instead, without a second thought. This constant churn had a corrosive effect on the store's operations. Customer service suffered because the store couldn't afford to hire enough staff. The few employees they had were overworked and underpaid, leading to burnout and high turnover. They were not motivated to be helpful because they felt undervalued. The store became messy and disorganized because there was no time or money to keep it neat. Basic tasks like stocking shelves and cleaning floors were constantly neglected. Financially, the business was running on razor-thin profit margins. Because every item was sold at a deep discount, the store made only a few cents on each sale. They were chasing volume, but the volume wasn't enough to cover their fundamental costs. This meant there was no extra money to invest back into the business. The cash register was a revolving door for money that never stayed. There was no budget for staff training to improve service, for store improvements to create a better shopping environment, or even for a proper website to build an online presence. The business was stuck in a state of managed decline. The final blow came when a new, bigger discount store opened a few blocks away. Bargaintron could not compete. They had taught their customers to hunt for the lowest price, and now someone else was lower. Their entire customer base vanished overnight. The end came quickly. With profits gone and customers leaving for better deals, the store could no longer pay its rent or its suppliers. The phone began to ring with calls from creditors. Bargaintron closed its doors within 2 years of opening. The owner learned a hard lesson, one that many entrepreneurs face. Competing only on price is a dangerous game. It's a race to the bottom that you can never truly win. It attracts the wrong kind of customer. It destroys your profit, and it leaves you with no resources to build a resilient business capable of weathering any storm. Our third story is about a small business, a one-person operation that grew. Let's call her Clara. Clara made handmade soap in her kitchen. At first, she sold it at local farmers markets. Her soap was more expensive than the mass-produced soap at the supermarket. She knew she could not compete on price, so she decided to compete on value. She focused on 3 things: quality, ingredients, a unique story, a personal touch that big brands could never replicate. First, Clara used only high-quality, natural ingredients: organic shea butter, essential oils, locally sourced herbs. On her market stall, she had a small sign that explained what was in each bar of soap, and, more importantly, what was not. No harsh chemicals, no artificial fragrances. She let people smell the different bars and explained the benefits of each ingredient. She was not just selling soap, she was selling a piece of nature, a small luxury, a healthier choice for your skin. This was her first layer of value. Next, Clara built a story around her brand. She named her business Clara's Garden Soaps. Each soap had a name connected to a memory or a place, like Lakeside Morning, Grandma's Lavender. She wrote a small card to go with each purchase, sharing a tiny piece of that story. This made the soap feel special and personal. Customers were not just buying a cleaning product, they were buying a story, a connection. This emotional value made the price seem fair and reasonable. It was a small piece of art. Finally, Clara focused on the customer experience. She remembered the names of repeat customers. She would ask them how they liked the last soap they bought. Sometimes, she would slip a small, free sample of a new scent into their bag. This personal attention made her customers feel seen and appreciated. They became her biggest fans. They told their friends. They posted about her soap online. Soon, she was getting orders through her simple website from all over the country. Clara never had a big sale. She never had to. She won by building layers of value that the big brands could not match. Section 5. Why people choose value, more than just a number. Why would someone pay more when a cheaper option exists? The answer is simple. People rarely buy just a product. They buy a solution to a problem. They buy a feeling. They buy trust. The price tag is only one part of the decision. True value speaks to deeper human needs. That goes far beyond saving a few dollars. Understanding these needs breaks you free from price competition. It's the first step to building a business customers choose for the right reasons. One of the most powerful drivers is trust. A customer who trusts you does not have to worry. They trust your product will work as promised. They trust you'll help if something goes wrong. A cheap, unknown product carries risk. Will it break? Is the company legitimate? Is returning it a hassle? Brands that build value build reputations for reliability. That trust saves mental energy and reduces fear. This feeling of safety is worth paying for. Another key reason is total cost over time. Cheap shoes, $20, fall apart in 2 months. Well-made shoes, $100, last 5 years. The smarter purchase is the more expensive one. Value businesses help customers see long-term savings. They show durability, efficiency, or quality. These features save money over time. The initial price is just the entry fee. True cost includes repairs, replacements, frustration. A valuable product offers a better long-term deal. Finally, people buy a better version of themselves. They buy things that make them feel smarter, healthier, more stylish, more caring. Buying organic vegetables, buying health, buying a well-designed tool, buying competence and skill. When you sell value, you're not just listing features. You show how your product helps people become who they want to be. That connection to identity beats a simple discount. Offering discounts can feel like a magic button. Press it and customers appear. But relying on this button too often can create serious, long-term damage to your business. The immediate rush of sales can hide the slow erosion of your brand's health and profitability. Understanding these hidden dangers is crucial for any business owner who wants to build something that lasts. The first and most significant danger is the damage it does to your brand's perception. It is a signal you send to the world. When you constantly offer discounts, you are training your customers to devalue what you sell. They learn to wait for the next sale. Why would they ever pay full price when they know a 40% off coupon is just around the corner? This behavior turns your full price into a fake, inflated number. It erodes trust. It also changes the story people tell about you. Instead of being the brand with the great quality or the shop with the amazing service, you become the cheap place. And this reputation is very difficult to undo. Another major danger is the impact on your profit margin. The margin is the small amount of money you make on each sale after all costs are paid. This money is the lifeblood of your business. It pays your rent, your staff, your marketing, and yourself. Deep discounts shrink this margin to almost nothing. With tiny profits, you have no room for error. An unexpected price increase from a supplier or a slow sales month can push your business into a financial crisis. There is no buffer to invest in growth, innovation, a better customer experience. Finally, constant sales attract the wrong kind of customers. These are bargain hunters, not brand fans. They are loyal to the deal, not to you. Building true, lasting value doesn't require a huge budget or a giant marketing team. It's not about outspending your competition. Instead, it's about making a series of small, intentional choices every single day. It is about fundamentally shifting your focus from how can we sell this cheaper to how can we make this experience better, more meaningful, and more helpful for our customer. This process involves improving what you offer and, just as importantly, changing how you talk about it. Here are some simple, practical steps you can take to begin building and showing your value, starting today. Each step adds another layer of worth that goes far beyond the price tag. First, truly understand your customer and their problem. Go deeper than demographics. What are they really trying to achieve in their day? What is a small, recurring frustration in their life that you are uniquely positioned to solve? Don't guess or rely on assumptions. Ask them directly. Listen to their words, but also listen for the feelings behind them. Are they looking to save time? To feel more confident? To have a moment of peace in a chaotic day? Once you know the real problem, you can position your product or service as the perfect solution. Your value is not in your product's features. It is in how those features solve a real human problem. Frame everything, your marketing, your sales conversations, your website copy, around that solution. Second, improve the total customer experience. Think of this as a value audit. Look at every single touchpoint a customer has with your business, from their first impression to long after the sale. This includes your website. Is it easy to navigate? Does it load quickly? It includes your packaging. Does it feel special to unbox? Does it protect the product well? It's your store's cleanliness, the music you play, the scent in the air. It's the way your phone is answered. Is it a warm, helpful human or a frustrating automated menu? Even the tone of your automated emails contributes to the perception of value. Each detail is an opportunity to either build trust or create friction. And the emails you send. Find one or two small things you can make noticeably better. Maybe it is including a handwritten thank you note in every order. Maybe it is creating a simple how-to video. These small details show you care. They make the experience feel premium and thoughtful, adding value that costs very little. Third, use proof to build trust. People are more likely to believe other customers than they are to believe your advertising. So, let your happy customers do the talking for you. Actively collect testimonials and reviews. Turn a great review into a social media post. Write a short case study about a customer who had a great result. A case study is just a short story. This was the problem, this is how we helped, and this was the happy outcome. This proof is more powerful than any discount because it shows your value in action. When you compete on price, success is easy to measure. You just count the sales. But when you compete on value, the signs of success are different. They are deeper and more meaningful for the long-term health of your business. Watch for signals that show you are building true loyalty and real satisfaction. These metrics tell a story about your relationship with customers. They show if your efforts to build value are working. Here are a few simple things to keep an eye on. The first and most important metric, repeat purchase rate. Are customers coming back to buy again? A high repeat purchase rate means people see value and trust you. This matters more than total new customers. Loyal, repeat customers build a stable business. Track this in your sales data. How many names appear more than once? Another metric, return rate. How many products are being sent back? A low return rate suggests your product meets expectations. It means quality is good and descriptions are honest. A high return rate is a red flag. It could mean product issues or attracting bargain hunters. A low return rate signals a healthy, value-driven exchange. Finally, listen to what customers are saying. It's not just formal reviews, it's the words they use. Are they talking about low price, quality, service, or how your product helped them? When customers say, "It was worth every penny," or "Your team was so helpful," you are winning on value. The language customers use is a powerful indicator. We have seen the two paths a business can take. One is the path of price, crowded, frantic race to the bottom, littered with failed businesses and stressed out owners. It's a short-term game that trades lasting strength for a quick, fleeting sale. It teaches customers that you are disposable. The other path is the path of value, quieter, more deliberate. It's about building something that matters, something that lasts, earning trust, creating loyalty, one customer at a time. We saw how a coffee shop can thrive not by being the cheapest, but by creating a community. We saw how a handmade soap maker can grow a national business from her kitchen by focusing on quality and story. And we saw how a discount electronics store, obsessed with being the cheapest, quickly vanished. These stories show us a clear truth. Value is more resilient than price. Value builds a moat around your business that competitors cannot easily cross with a simple sale. Building value is not complex. It starts with small human actions. Understand your customers' real needs. Improve the total experience in small but meaningful ways. Show proof and tell stories that build trust. Create something you are proud of that delivers on its promise. This path is available to every business, no matter how small. It does not require a big budget. It requires care. It requires intention. The choice is yours to make, and you can start today. Stop looking at what your competitors are charging. Start looking at what your customers are valuing. Pick one small thing to improve this week. Write down one customer's success story. Replace one discount with one act of generosity. Add one free extra that adds real value. Take the first step on the path to building a business that people don't just buy from, but believe in. Build your value. Earn your future.